It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports.
Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. Ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 6'4" quarterback, the former #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston.
And he comes into these playoffs bringing a team that's been battle-tested, won the division, and earned the home playoff game here in round one. But every year they know that a division champ, it feels like, gets beat. They don't want to be that team. They have to avoid the overconfidence and make sure they play the same way they played during the regular season, mistake-free and with passion.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Here's Winston.
Oh, he's got his tight end, Mo Alley-Cox, complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So opening drive, 3rd down, they go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out because everyone throws it on 3rd down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
1st and 10, Taylor now. It's Logan Wilson there to bring him down.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Winston. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there for Indy.
And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else.
And we talk so much from a defensive perspective about scheming and finding ways to take away the run. That means the offense has to devise different ways to get the ball in the hands of their guy out of the backfield. Find open space, let him run, and big things can happen, and they did right there.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Colts will strike first here in this wild card matchup.
Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. To return, here's Agnew.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Here come the Bengals now to take over.
They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
And he comes off of a really good regular season with over 4,000 yards passing. And now in the playoffs, people always ask the question, do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose? Or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you've got to be smart, but make sure you show the defense something they haven't seen before.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
Let's go. He's tackled at the 32-yard line.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Burrow will throw. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. He'll air this one out for Boyd. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play there for the Bengals.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, well, they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Bobby Okereke gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Throwing on 2nd and long. Burrow. Got a man open. It's Chase. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. DeForest Buckner drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Throwing, Winston. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
On first down, it's Taylor. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going, that's exactly what you're looking for.
Second and 11 now. A give for Taylor running right side.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Sam Hubbard in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that is incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Winston. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incomplete. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
A 3rd and long. You knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That fifth defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
The Colts send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Agnew now to return. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Mixon running right. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not 1 bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Indy set to go on offense once more. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd down, Winston.
He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
The Colts send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. On the return, here's Agnew. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Burrow. This one hauled in by Sample. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Burrow on 3rd down. That'll go for a gain of 7. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
And that is incomplete. And the pressure there on 3rd down forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere. But it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
And here's Rodgers on the return.
And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. A big kick that time, 52 yards.
Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retakes center stage.
The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the second quarter. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Winston airing one out for Crowder. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They'll try the option right here on 3rd down. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Winston. Eluding the pressure right. Fighting through, and he's got space. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
Jameis to throw it.
That's going to be caught by Allie Cox.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play that time through the air. 38 yards.
I'm pretty sure any quarterback will tell you it's nice to have a tight end that can stretch the field. And how about him right there, working in the heart of the defense, and they connect on a very nice play downfield. A combination of talent and toughness to go into the briar patch.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
And that's caught left side by Mo Alley Cox.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
To return, here's Agnew. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The second of our 3 games here on this wildcard Saturday is at halftime. We're going to back out to you guys in just a minute. But first, let's remind everybody what's coming up tomorrow in the AFC. We've got the 3-6 game, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans squaring off against the Buffalo Bills. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for the Bengals. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first 2 quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Meanwhile, for the Colts, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10.
And the Bengal offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering How are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Two 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. A draw play for Mixon. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory.
Cameron Sutton on the tackle.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
47 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Still in search of their 1st touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. A handoff to Mixon. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They're passing here. Joe Burrow dumps it off to Mixon. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Offensive line right now really freeing up the rushing lanes on this drive.
And we have to give them props. They've earned them. But these big runs that we're seeing, they don't result without everyone else being involved as well. Blocking on the perimeter has to take place downfield too.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Mixon. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
An option handoff here to Mixon.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow.
This goes out wide from Mixon.
So no gain on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that'll bring them back within 4. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. time left to go out and get that victory.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it.
And here comes a big tight end as he gets set for this next drive. And we peek at some of his work from this game where he's nearing 100 yards.
And haven't we gotten pretty close in this game nowadays in the NFL to almost taking labels off of the tight end position? These guys now can be the #1 option in an offense, and that never used to be the case. So now how do you even match up with them? Cornerback, safety, linebacker, all three will have deficiencies against the best tight ends in the game.
Meanwhile, Winston's throw complete here to Doyle.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here's 2nd and a yard. From the gun, it's Taylor.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
No gain on the play.
Again, it's Taylor. And Taylor, I don't think he got there. No, he did not. Unable to break free, and he's marked short.
Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
The Colts send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. 87 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
First down. Here's Burrow. Looking deep downfield. This is caught at the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Yeah, and that throw, my goodness, and even 70 yards through the air. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that gives them a 3-point lead. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. offense at the line and set to go. And this wild card game, folks, it has been as good as advertised. They trail by a field goal here in the fourth, so they know they need at least 3 on this incredibly critical drive as they start out 1st and 10.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
At the 25-yard line.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Winston.
The toss here completed to Pittman.
And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. The Colts send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
And this a very important drive leading in the 4th quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here 1st down. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10
at their own 20-yard line.
He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
2nd down and 8.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow.
He's going to have the hook up here to Chase.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
3rd and 2, now Burrow. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Out to the left, he's got Sample there. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Now it's Burrow.
Complete to his tight end Sample. And he is going to have the Bengals 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark, because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Burrow giving it to Mixon on the option.
And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
An option handoff here to Mixon.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
Let's go, baby.
Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they will take a knee here. Now from the 7, here's second and goal. And that'll set them back 5. Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on second and goal. The Bengals go down to a knee in the victory formation. And now can they reverse the trend on third and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs. And his kick is good. And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. Well, 1 win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.